Hello, these are all my thoughts and opinions. This is for entertainment. Do your own research and leave nice comments at the bottom, okay? I think I'm just gonna do maybe like weekly or bi-weekly videos because I don't want to bore you guys with my opinions. I've gotten so much email saying that I'm boring and nobody wants to hear my opinions, so I don't want to bore you guys either. What do you think? Anyways, I'm going to answer some of the emails that I got. Thank you for writing to me, and thank you for your donations, guys, and for supporting my channel. I'm actually thinking of doing my video with a couple of videos with Juanita, my mule. You know, I've talked about her before. I want to buy her like a little tiara and put her on her. I'm sure she'll look more regal than Meghan. Also, I got a hashtag that's pretty cool. It says cancel Oprah and cancel Markle. So I thought it'd be cool. So maybe we can get those trending. I decided to do this video. I was also thinking of doing Meghan Markle lies part 3, 4, but you know, I would never stop. I would basically have to do all the videos on her lies, you know, so, this video is really a little bit more, oh, it's snowing again, about Harry and Meghan and the allegations that they made in the interview and Buckingham Palace response. I thought it was perfect, to tell you the truth, because they are right. They are not, the monarchy is not a gossip thing. That they don't lend themselves to gossip no matter who. So basically that was putting them in their place, saying, hey, you're gossip, you do whatever you think, we deal with we have bigger issues, we're here to serve, whatever it is. You know, and I love the fact that Her Majesty the Queen said that something along the lines of perceptions vary, you know, because it's in a sense it's simply stated with that statement that they are not speaking facts; those are their perceptions, and they vary depending on who says it. So basically, she said elegantly in one sentence, you're not speaking facts. Those are your perceptions, and there are many sides to the story. So I'm glad that they did that. I am pretty sure that particular statement was to acknowledge or to answer the slander that they've said. Now, in regards to all other allegations like bullying and the royal family fraud thing and the titles, I am pretty sure they're going to be handled separately and I hope very swiftly. I don't know if you guys took note that they don't refer to them as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They refer to them by their Christian names, Harry, Meghan, and Archie. You know how they always issue statements, even with the most loving statements, they always say the Duke and Duchess, the Duke and Duchess, the Duke and Duchess. Now it's Harry and Meghan. There's no titles. I hope that they remove them, because basically, these are my thoughts, okay? All this bitching is about the fact that Meghan Markle did not have a higher rank than Catherine or the same. And that her son was not made a prince with a letters patent like the Duchess of Cambridge's children were. So Harry actively sat there in front of millions of people to say that his brother and his father are entrapped because they're princes of the United Kingdom, while at the same time demanding that why isn't my child one of these prisoners, you know? It's like escaping a prison, a terrible prison, while demanding that your child be made a prisoner of that. Does that make any sense? I mean, it's so farcical. So I do believe that the titles have to go. I'm going to read something because, again, I like to put things in perspective. I wanted to determine what Harry's behavior will fall under. And I went to this. I finally found the right one. Defector. A person who has abandoned the country or cause in favor of an opposite one. So basically, Harry has defected. Not Meghan. Meghan Markle went back to the United States. She never intended on staying in the UK. So he went back to so Harry defected to the United States. It's very important to call things by their names. I find that people go, "Oh, she said untruths." No, don't call it elegantly. Call it a lie. You know, I've always been amused by this unfairness when calling things by their names, depending on which social class you are. If you're a poor person and you steal, you're a thief. If you're a rich person and you steal, oh, she suffers from kleptomania. If you're a poor person and you sleep around, you're a hoe. If you're a rich person and you sleep around, you're liberated. You know what I mean? If you're a poor person and you lie, you're a liar. If you're a rich person and you lie, oh, she was being economical with the truth. There's no fucking economy here with the truth. They're liars. And let's not forget that just because Meghan Markle is using a royal title, it doesn't make her regal, nor it makes her like a classy person. You can dress a monkey in silk, but it's still a monkey. So, yeah. So I'm going to address a few things about Meghan Markle and Harry's things, because I believe that Harry's going to be next. I'll tell you why. He's going to be Markle pretty soon, and it's going to be brutal. I was having a conversation with some people, and they said, "Oh, poor Harry, you know, she's brainwashed him and blah, blah." They could be. I don't think she's brainwashed him. And I beg to differ with that. I think that he threw a tantrum because he himself is used to what Harry wants, Harry gets. And his arrogance does not let him apologize, and he will never apologize because he has never been made to apologize in his life before, because everything he got, everything he wanted, he got. That thing with the Nazi, remember that, guys, that thing with the Nazi thing? Oh no, he didn't apologize. Buckingham Palace issued a statement. And even then they tried to it's just a judgment of youth error, you know. No, this is what was it, 18, 17, 19, I don't know how old he was. He knew what is wrong from right, and he knew what he was doing when he put that Nazi thing. None of his other friends were wearing it. He thought it was funny. I'm not a political right, person, but I don't think it's funny, because you have to think of the position you're in, to wear a Nazi uniform. And I don't think a Holocaust person who endured the most horrible things would be laughing about that. It's my opinion, when he was extremely racist, he was never made to apologize. Again, they tried to, Buckingham Palace apologized for him. And even then they try to dismiss it. Oh, that's normal slang. No. So being racist isn't part of the normal slang. And third, why would they allow Prince Harry to be in the army or whatever it is that he was if he had such serious mental issues like they're trying to portray now? Doesn't cut the butter with me. Now go back to Meghan Markle and Harry. Why do I think Meghan Markle is going to go for him? And I really do believe that Oprah and Meghan Markle are working together, because Oprah doesn't really care. This is ratings for her, and she's exploiting Meghan. Sure, power to her. That's her, it's stupid Meghan. Meghan is getting now, she can get maybe a reality TV show or a talk show host, in the US. But of course, even in that, it will tank, because, the US and being a celebrity is a fickle bitch. It really is fleeting. You know what I mean? And given the lifestyle that they lead, money goes like water through her fingers. Anyways, in the engagement interview, when they were asked if Meghan knew what she was signing on for because it was too soon, she says, absolutely, I know. And then Harry, you can see him, says, I tried to explain it to her the best I could how hard it was, and she's willing to take it on. Meghan Markle was not willing to respect the traditions. And the reason why I'm using the word tradition is because, again, if you put things into the correct perspective. She was not willing to respect the traditions and cultures of the British family. She was willing to be part of the royal family, not to be part of the tradition. Because actually, the royal family's role is to be, other than helping everybody in the Commonwealth, is to be dignified. They represent, when you think of the royal family, you think of dignify. Even, you have the dignified, you have, so yeah. So that is the whole motto. So Meghan Markle is using an interview to attack that person. It's like attacking a person with their hands tied behind their back. That is not fair. However, the royal family is not like that. They have ways of getting back to them. So when she was told, during that interview, she was told that. Now, Meghan Markle and Oprah went to say that, oh, nobody told me that. Oh, no, they have it for other people. And yet we have all the headlines, even in Finding Freedom in the book. I think I posted something on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. And by the way, like my video and share it, because I do believe that the more people we get, it's better, let's get our message across. But anyways, in Finding Freedom, Carolyn Durand described that Meghan Markle was running through the halls of the palace with loads of notes and papers and stuff like that. And it was all over the newspapers that Meghan Markle was receiving a 6-month, course of etiquette. And then in Finding Freedom also, it states that Meghan Markle was really looking forward to her master's lesson from Her Majesty the Queen on protocol, a whole day with her. So, but what is that important? Because why does that affect Harry? Why? Because Meghan Markle saying nobody helped her, like she was alone. She makes it look like she was a single woman. You know what I mean? Where was Harry in all of this? Where was Harry? And Harry was not like Prince Charles. You know what I mean? Because Prince Charles literally left it to anybody and literally left Princess Diana because he didn't want to be involved with her. So Meghan Markle, it's creating this narrative in her head that she was Princess Diana, 18-year-old or 19-year-old naive lady left alone in the palace, with a butler. No, she had a team, but most importantly, where was her husband, who left the entire country, left his family? She has trashed him. She has made sure that all ties are severed with her family and everything he knew to go with her. So where was her husband? Number 2, when she says that she wanted to commit suicide, this is a woman. I'm actually the picture that I left when you start the video. She talks because she had this blog, which is called the Hollywood Blogger or something like that, where she actually talks of everything that she had to do, or she felt she had to do. Because, honey, if it's that terrible, look for another profession. She had a university degree. She could have looked for a job everywhere, but no, she loves the attention. It has nothing to do with that. She loves being center stage. I guess that when her father was taking her to the cameras or to Married with Children set, she saw herself being like the next Christina Applegate. She wanted to be that. So she had a university degree. She could have looked for a decent job that didn't make her sleep around, because a lot of actors don't have a university degree, but she did, and from a very prestigious university, which her father paid for. So I'm prefacing that because in that blog, she talks how she has had to kiss guys with bad breath, and she was treated like shit. I'm sorry, but these are her words, and you can freeze that picture that I'm leaving there. How she had to kiss actors who treated, how everybody treated her like shit, how she felt like curling her. In all of those years, or sleeping around, kissing guys with smelly breath, being treated like garbage, she didn't feel like killing herself. No, honey. But she gets to the palace, and from what Harry said, they told no one, because this is conflictive, because Meghan came and told Harry, because this is what he says, because even in that lie, they can't even be consistent with each other. So she tells Harry, but first she told Oprah that she went to HR to a senior member, which is a lie. And then Harry comes on later on and says, oh no, she told me and we didn't tell anybody. But in all of this, Harry has this heads together thing. They could have called anonymously. Without saying who she was, and she would have gotten help if that was. They have so many doctors available. I mean, Meghan Markle dismissed the palace when she was pregnant. She dismissed the palace's doctors, and she hired her own. So you think that this woman could not have called? I mean, her mother was a social worker in LA. So yeah, but in all of this, she's claiming that she's going through this on her own because she's trying to project the narrative of being Princess Diana all alone and nobody was there to help her. Where was Harry? Why didn't Harry help her? Why didn't he get her ass in the car and say, let's go to a therapist? Because all of this is lies. But where was Harry? So you see where she's going with this narrative. Right now, Harry has been supportive. But where was he? She didn't get any help from him. She didn't get any help from his mental health thing. And he didn't fight for her with the racial slurs, because that's where she's heading for. When she said, there was a conversations. She said conversations, right? There were many conversations. And then about the color of my son's skin. And then Harry comes in and says, no, it was something before we even got married. So which one is it? Do you see now, guys, why it's important that the Queen does not get into all of this tit for tat? Because it's evident in that. This is why I say I'm so thankful they did that, because they're liars. And the good thing is that the U.S., they may be shocked right now, but then the U.S. starts to ask questions and they say, no, this shit doesn't, this is not, no, I'm not buying what you're selling. So where was Harry? Why didn't Harry defend his wife against all this racism? There were no colonial undertones from the press. What it was, they started calling her out in her lies. She was lying too much. Her attitude of bullying was too much. Her abuse was too much. Palace had to help request, the media not to print those stories. Now, I urged the media to print them. Now, I hope A&A applies for submits the appeals, goes to the Court of Appeals to do that. So my point in all of this, where was Harry defending his wife from racism? Because the way Meghan Markle makes it sound is that she was alone fighting racism, fighting mental health issues, and without any help from protocols. Where was Harry? So her narrative is going to be that when she dumps his ass, I dumped him because he didn't help me. He didn't stick up for me with those racist claims. And he's now sticking up for these racist people, saying that he's never going to talk about it. He never helped me with my mental health issues. I was left all alone. I had to go to HR. He never helped me with the protocol issues and stuff like that. And you know what? It will serve him well, because he's a defector, a traitor. A lot of people say, and again, a lot of friends, but he was manipulated. You know what? He's a 35-year-old man, and he's entitled. I do understand he has never been the victim of abuse. He has been a bully himself with a lot of members of staff. The problem is that Buckingham Palace has covered for him. He has been, remember those, go and Google him, all those videos of him, and they're short clips compiled into one where he's been abusive to soldiers. Now, I want to say one thing, because I always remember these things. I want to say, I heard at this article where they say that Harry served with distinction in Afghanistan. So I'm just going to say something very quickly. One of my girlfriends, her son is in Iraq, and you know that the U.S. just attacked or bombed Iraq. I can tell you she's not sleeping. Thankfully he's safe, but for now. But this is a Marine who goes out on the field, and they only have their Marine buddies to look after each other when they go and they're fighting, when they're being bombed. Harry, within the compound in Afghanistan, he was heavily guarded inside the compound where all the soldiers. He had 4 personal bodyguards. Plus, there was a regiment of burqas. If you don't know what it is, I don't want to explain it much, protecting him. And he only went on the Apache helicopter. And those helicopters the likelihood of being shut down are so minuscule that this is why he was allowed, because he only went in specific things. Harry was not going on the fields with the rest of the soldiers. Oh, let's see. No. He was in the compound, and then he jumped his ass in the Apache helicopter to shoot people, because he wasn't even flying them thing. He was shooting. He was the gunner. So, and inside the compound, where you would think he's with the soldiers are protecting him, he was protected from the soldiers. So, there's no distinction in that. There is no distinction in that. And then if you look at it, he goes on, there's a clip of him bitching about he doesn't like England. So I don't buy that he's that brainwashed. I think that he is pissed off, that he threw his tantrum. They didn't give him what William had, because in my opinion, he is a petty, envious little prick. Meghan Markle came along, who's an entitled person, and said, wait a minute, because I am a quarter black, because her mother, it's not fully black. Her mother is almost half white as well. Because, she has so many mixed races, only like 40 or 50% is black. The rest is white and mixed. So Meghan, here comes this woman who nobody knew what race it was. She was. Nobody cared, really. This is not about race. This is about a woman abusing the race card, and Harry allowing her to do so, because he sat there. He could have easily corrected her and said, wait a minute. No, that was a conversation before you and I got together, and they were just curious, commenting just like we would with anybody. Like anybody says, and I call bullshit if you tell me that, oh, you don't wonder what their kid's going to look like. I'm pretty sure everybody was excited around the family. No wonder what the kid was going to look like. They were kind of they probably even teased them about whether the kid was going to be ginger with freckles and dark skin. It's normal. It's normal. And that was even before he married her. Not there. And there was one conversation, and not very many, like she says, and not with the undertones that she implied with that same name. That is called slander. So in all of this, and I want to bring this up. I don't know how to feel about Piers Morgan, but I can tell you the following thing. I hate it when people turn around or use sophistry to say, oh, this is... Piers Morgan described that he was very friendly with Meghan Markle. He didn't say he had an affair or anything. This is normal. She was very good friends of mine. I would say the same thing. She was very good friends of mine. She was really reaching out to me. She even asked to meet for us and meet at the pub. We even talked for about a couple of hours, and the next thing I know, I'm ghosted. He described a fact. And yet it has been twisted around, or you're scorned, you're this. Meghan Markle, this is a pattern for this woman. She ghosted her whole family and both sides. She ghosted her whole family and both sides. And this woman has the psychopathy that she doesn't care about lying in public. She doesn't care. You can say that's gaslighting. She doesn't care. It's like, oh, they took away my passport. Saying, yeah, she's flying all over the place. But she will stick by it because she has the psychopathy. And I don't put it past her that when the press, because the U.S. press will now start turning against her, I don't put her past her to stage a fake kidnapping, to make her own kids sick, even make Harry sick, or herself sick, to draw attention and gather sympathy. So, but in regards to this, where is Harry? That is the narrative that she is giving. And he's an idiot for falling for it. Yeah. And these are just my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know. You have a good day.